my head, Rubberband Girl is playing. That's why I'm dancing. I listened to it a lot today. Hence the title being something about Rubberband Girl. I don't really remember what it says. I'm back. Had a night. I meant to start earlier, but honestly, I had a phone day. I don't use my phone during the week. I was busy all day yesterday, all day and night. And so today, I just went nuts. I was on my phone all day, getting into conversation on Reddit, getting into arguments on threads, posting on TikTok. Like, I just had a day. I don't even care. I still got a lot done, still made it outside, still did my little exercise, so I don't care. I had a phone day. Whatever. It's gonna be back off tomorrow. And I listen to Rubberband Girl a lot. And the thing about Rubberband Girl is that I could talk about that song for a long time, and I'm going to, but we should roll the ads before they auto roll before I get into this. So I'm gonna get a little more hot water for my tea. And be right back. 3 minutes. Use it wisely. Rubber band, hold the trousers up. Rubber band ponytails. I could learn to give like a rubber band. I don't know if I know all the words. Just I need the song to be on the same order. Yeah, so it's a great song. So if you don't know, Rubber Band Girl is a song by Kate Bush If you don't know who Kate Bush is, you probably didn't watch Stranger Things. She got a big resurgence in popularity because of that song. And she was not a fan. She was like, well, it's an old song, but thanks. She's like, I made that a long time ago. Where were you? But okay. She was just really awkward about it. It wasn't as bad as Laurie Anderson's Oh Superman getting popular. She was pissed. She was like, what even is TikTok? You are taking my entire career out of context for a 30-second clip of a song you don't know. Oh my god, it was badass. Laurie Anderson's response. Kate Bush was a little more eloquent about her response to going viral or trending or whatever. And people were like, Kate, what are you up to? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm baking cakes and working in my garden. Because people expected her to like still be making music, but it's not like I don't know. I think her last album came out 20 years ago. I think Ariel is her last album, and that was 2005. So she hasn't been making music in a long time. So anybody who knows Kate Bush knows she basically retired from music. And it was not when she had her son. He was probably like 7 already. But it's annoying. Like she was just, you could tell she was annoyed by, she's like, thank you, but no thank you. It's just crazy. Like people are such kind of like vultures. But anyway, yeah, she only ever went on 3 tours, I think, in her 30 years of making music. Like she's just not actually that into music for as much as a wonderful musician as she is. And I don't know if I should say musician. I don't know that she plays instruments. She just sings. She writes her own songs. Very inventive. Great gal. Not like I know her, but I fucking love Kate Bush. And I've always loved Kate Bush. My dad loves Kate Bush. Got the kids into Kate Bush. And when I was a toddler, fucking baby, like in our first apartment that we moved out of when I was 4, we used to listen to Kate Bush all the time. And our 2 favorite songs, which technically Games Without Frontiers is a Peter Gabriel song, but Kate Bush is featured on it. So we would listen to Games Without Frontiers by Peter Gabriel featuring Kate Bush, and we would listen to Rubberbanned Girl by Kate Bush on repeat over and over again, like all the time. Rubberband Girl was my favorite song when I was a toddler. It's such a bop. If you don't know it, just listen to it right fucking now. Like it's such a bop. And I admit, like, I go through Kate kicks, I guess. Like sometimes I'll just be like, I want to listen to Kate Bush and nothing but Kate Bush. And I think I stand by the fact that Hounds of Love is like a no skip album and it's one of my favorite albums. So I haven't actually listened to Rubberband Girl in a long time. But we were discussing the song a few weeks ago. We're like, yeah, kind of overplayed it. I think it's considered one of her hits, but she was never like radio success. So like, I think it's a hit. I don't know if I have always known that song and listened to it a lot and think I can't. I'll get flagged. I can play like a clip of it, but I'm not risking it. Are you kidding me? I have no strikes on this channel and I say some wild stuff. But you gotta listen to the whole thing. It's so fucking good. It's such a good song. But yeah, I haven't listened to it in a while. And then I shuffled Kate Bush today and it came on and I was like, oh my God, I probably listened to it at minimum 10 times. The first time I had it on, I just kept replaying it at least 3-4 times. And then I kept going back to it, playing it 3 times in a row, going back to it, like getting through the playlist and then just being like, let's listen to Rubberband Girl again. And I do that with Kate songs for sure. Big Sky, did that yesterday. Listened to it like 10 times. Last year, my most played song was Why Should I Love You by Kate Bush, featuring Prince. I only listened to it 34 times. I probably listened to Rubberband Girl 34 times today. So it's actually really low. The year before that, my most played song was I'll Keep It With Mine by Nico, and I played that 383 times. So 34, really low. For a whole year, But I would do that too. Just listen to it like 3 times in a row. I love that song. And that is my favorite Kate song, probably. Why Should I Love You? Big Sky. You know, Rubberband Girl is up there. Yeah, really great. I love Kate Bush. I love Kate Bush. I love her. Um, yeah, so you gotta listen to that song. It's so good. And Big Sky is really fun. They both have music videos too. Under the Ivy, also one of my favorite Kate songs. That one's a little more niche. My dad didn't even know that song. My dad, the biggest Kate Bush fan I know, the reason I like Kate Bush, didn't even know that song. I played it for him. He's like, what is this? It's so beautiful. What is this? I'm like, yes. And then we looked it up, and I think it's a B-side of Hounds of Love, but it's like not on the record. I'm sorry, it's on the record, but it's not on the album. So he didn't know it. And the only reason I know it is because when I was in high school, I read the book Dandy in the Underworld by Sebastian Horsley, which is a memoir. And he states that Under the Ivy is his favorite Kate Bush song. And because I was such a big fan my whole life, I was like, I have to listen to that song. And it is beautiful. And it is one of my favorite Kate Bush songs for sure. Yeah. We don't have to keep talking about Kate Bush. Sorry, I love her. I love her. Yeah. Absolutely. 10 out of 10. Love Kate Bush. She has some not that great music. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The whole album of 50 Words for Snow, I have yet to hear anything off that I really like. Except for maybe 50 Words for Snow. Because she literally, like, says snow in 50 different languages. Not really. Some of them are, like, English, but just, like, blizzard. From what I remember. Ice, you know? It's, like, so goofy. But yeah, I don't even like all of her music, I guess. Nah, I think it's just 50 Words for Snow. I can't think of anything else that I don't like. But a song from that album came on today, and I was like, this really isn't that good. And I was like, bet this is from 50 Words for Snow, and lo and behold, it is. So that's the one album where it's like all skips. I'd have to listen to it all the way through, but I don't even want to because I don't want it in my algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want a thumbs down or music either. So yeah, don't really love that album, but everything else is pretty good. Love Kate Bush, Hounds of Love, Never Ever Forever, Lionheart, all great albums. And The Kick Inside, I feel like I'm not as familiar with The Kick Inside, but it's a great album. It's got Wuthering Heights. You know what I mean? Hey, we're just ranting about Kate Bush, ranting and raving about Kate Bush. Also, The Dreaming, fucking crazy album, The Dreaming. And it's so funny because my friend, I asked them, like, hey, do you like Kate Bush at all? And they were like, yo, that's so weird you'd ask me. I bought Hounds of Love on record, like on vinyl, yesterday. And I was like, whoa, that is crazy. This song's so beautiful. And they're like, yeah, it is so beautiful. We talked about it. And they were like, yeah, it's a pretty weird album. And I was like, no, it's not. Not really. That's like normal for Kate Bush. And they were like, I don't know, I thought it was pretty weird. And then I told my dad that I had that conversation thinking he would get a laugh out of it. And he's like, no, it's a pretty weird album. Like, are you not even thinking about the songs on that album? Like, Under Ice, Waking the Witch, Jig of Life, Hello Earth, all pretty weird fucking songs. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, but none of them are as weird as a single song off The Dreaming. And he's like, yeah, well, everybody thought The Dreaming was really weird. Critics did not like that album. That doesn't mean Hounds of Love is not weird just because The Dreaming is more weird. I'm like, yeah, okay. Everyone's the weird police. What is weird, you know? Anyway, there was There was this cartoon that my high school ex really liked, and I cannot remember what it's called. Would not know how to search it unless I searched this line from the show. And I don't even know if it would come up because it's such a niche thing. Like I don't know if this was I don't think it was on Adult Swim because I think it would have been more popular and I would know what it is. But there's this like weird girl at the school of the older brother. Hey Landon. And they call her Weirdy. But then the little brother starts dating her. So she's like at family dinner. And he's like, pass the beans, Weirdy. But he has to recover really quickly because she obviously doesn't know they call her Weirdy. So he's like, pass the beans, Weirdy. Beans at. Weirdy beans at. Weirdy beans at. And every time I hear the word weird, that goes through my head. And I don't think I've ever told anyone about it because, again, I don't know what I'm referencing. It's a show I watched, but I don't remember the name. That's the only thing that I remember from the entire show. Where the beans at? Where the beans at? And I don't think anybody gets it. It's so funny, though. Where the beans at? So anybody talks about beans? Where the beans at? Talk about weird? Where the beans at? Every time. And let my body catch up. Yeah, so I don't know why I feel like I haven't really been hype all day, but I think, yeah, right? I think it happens to the best of us. The funny thing is that was like, that happened in 2010, because I'm really showing my age. So it's got to be even worse now where we hear the soundbite on the internet out of context, never knowing where it's from, never seeing the full thing, and then it gets stuck in our head and we're like, I don't know what that is. Let's see if I can find it though. Weirdy Beans at cartoon. Found it. Mission Hill.
Thanks for coming to this dinner with me. Dr. E wanted to meet my family, and I need to make a good impression.
Hey, I'm just happy you met your true love. Plus, I wouldn't miss a chance to see weird.
Oops, I exited out of it.
Thanks for coming to this dinner with me. Dr. E wanted to meet my family, and I need to make a good impression.
Hey, I'm just happy you met your true love. Plus, I wouldn't miss a chance to see Weirdy in her natural habitat.
Ah, Kevin! Come in, son. We were just putting out the scotch and boiled eggs. Oh, this is gonna be good.
I hope you boys like your parsnips with plenty of vinegar sauce.
Sounds good, actually.
Oh, Ellie, they'd have to be crazy not to.
I apologize for the comprehensive senility of my parents,
That's
Andrew.
Weirdy.
Jonas! Manners! Oh, it's okay. No need to be polite around me. Pass me the beans, Weirdy.
What did you say?
I meant where the beans at, Weirdy? Beans at. Weirdy beans at. Where the beans at? Where the beans at? Where the... Help me.
That just, I even forgot the context because I didn't realize they were at her house. So that's so funny. It's just, yeah, probably wasn't even worth it. It is brain rot for sure. So Mission Hill, I don't remember anything else about that show except for that scene. And I didn't even remember that scene very well. I'm also going to light these incense. I was burning incense today. It was a lot of fun. These are St. George incense. And it's crazy because I haven't burned them in so long that I forgot I had bought 2 packs. Maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. This was like literally 2 years ago. They were on sale for like 75 cents. And I basically bought them out. I just bought them all because they were so cheap. And they're Hem. Hem isn't like the best incense, but they're not terrible. And I always have liked their scents. And I like that they do like goddess, money, like different intentions for the incense. So like I like Hem. But even Hems are like $2, $3 a pack. So getting them for like 75 cents, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna eat this shit up. And I bought a bunch of packs. And I remember running out of them when I was burning them like 2 years ago. And I just pulled out my bag of incense. Super low, by the way. Had no idea I was so low on incense. I haven't been burning them. But I got the okay to start burning them. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take advantage of that until they tell me I can't do it anymore. Um, but I thought I was out of the St. George incense. And apparently I have like a whole, it's almost a full pack. And it's crazy that this would happen a week after I finished Frankenstein in Baghdad because a huge part of the book is St. George. And it's just funny to me that I literally just finished that book and ended up having some of these incense that I thought I didn't have. But I really don't know. I want to know what he's the patron saint of. Knights, soldiers, scouts, fencers, and archers. Invoked against the plague and leprosy and against venomous snakes. Slayed a dragon to save a princess in a village. That's so random. O St. George, you who have been renowned for your love of those most in need, pray for those who suffer, those who are oppressed, and those who are in need. Grant them the grace of deliverance and protection, and may your intercessions bring them relief and comfort. Those who suffer, those who are oppressed, and those who are in need. Fucks with St. George. About it. That's pretty cool. This feels very relevant right now. He's known for slaying a dragon. You know how crazy that is? Catholics are fucking wild. I know it's been a while that we've had conversations like that or about this, but Catholicism is just such an odd branch of Christianity because it's really not like any of the other ones. And I'm convinced it was just a bunch of witches hiding out in a church saying, we're Christian. And they were like, what kind of Christian? And they're like, we're called Catholic. All right. Like, you couldn't even convince me otherwise. And I know Catholicism's like before the witch trials and everything, but that doesn't mean there weren't witches before the witch trials. Like, even maybe pagans, I don't know. I feel like that's a really old religion. Um, it's just interesting. They do like so many rituals. They love candles and incense, and they pretend like they're eating the blood of Christ and the body of Christ. It's weird. And they praise Mary. 30 CE. What is CE? AD? As a branch of Christianity, Roman Catholicism can be traced to the life and teachings of Jesus Christ in Roman occupied Jewish Palestine, about 30 CE. According to Roman Catholic teaching, each of these sacraments was instituted by Christ himself. Roman Catholicism also holds that Jesus established his disciple, Saint. And that's Britannica. What is CE though? Is that AD? I mean, obviously, okay, Christianity couldn't be before Christ, so it's gotta be. Um, but paganism has been around forever, right? I want modern paganism. Is paganism the oldest religion? No. It's ancient, but it isn't the oldest. Interesting. Anyway, I don't. It's all modern paganism. 10,000 BCE. Oh wait. yeah, prehistoric. So I think it was just pagans being persecuted. Common era, thank you. Sorry, I didn't have the chat open. Yeah, it's ancient, prehistoric, they call it. So, yeah, I feel like Catholics are just like pagans that were hiding out in Christianity. It's like the only thing that really makes sense to me. It's just so different. They drink in church, and most Christians don't drink at all, let alone in church. It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. It's like, I don't know, maybe they are satanic, and that's why they, with the kids, you know? I don't know. It's fucking weird. And like blood ritual sacrifice and shit. Like it's a fucking weird religion, dude. But I'm always like, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I'm Catholic. I like brag about it at the same time. But I think it's just to help make people more comfortable with what I do. But also, I love Jesus. Everybody knows that. I love Jesus. It's just, he has such a bad rep these days with the people who claim him, who he would absolutely not claim. He would not claim. So, yeah. Pretty wild. Anyway, I feel like because I had like a chill day, I wasn't like low energy, but I feel like I'm getting so hyped being on stream right now. And it may have just been Kate Bush or just having generally good conversation with y'all. I feel like I'm like, it is, right? Billions, maybe trillions when you think about it. Actually, I don't know. I was thinking like if there's 8 billion people on the planet and he was around 2,000 years ago, like it might be a trillion people, but actually there was never that many people on Earth at once, so it's probably still in the billions. But yeah, yeah. Pray for his salvation, am I right? Just wild. But I guess part of the reason I was thinking about how wild Catholicism is too is because the whole St. George thing, slayed a dragon. Like, y'all are not beating the allegations of being witches. You're believing in this fantasy stuff. I'm not saying dragons didn't exist because they're basically just like dinosaurs, right? So it's almost like the dinosaurs that survived longer than other dinosaurs but still went extinct over time. But that's low-key crazy. Like, y'all believe he's slayed a dinosaur? I don't know. That's nuts. Whatever. Yeah, Jesus is a G for sure. Remember the era in the probably early 2000s where everyone had shirts that said Jesus is my homeboy? What a brand of Christianity. That was such a special time because it really like reached out to a different crowd. Jesus is my homeboy. Some people wore it authentically, some people wore it ironically. It was top tier phrase. I was also thinking about the phrase, has nothing to do with Jesus and everything to do with like Y2K slang, but I feel like you had to be a pretty mean girl to use this one, but people were always like, let's not and say we did. Damn, okay. Let's not and say we did. Bam. You can tell that, girl, we're not doing that, but you can pretend we did that. So funny to me. Yeah. Yeah, it's wild. It's like, how many times has this shit failed you? How many times has this shit failed you and you still believe it? And there's literally no signs. Like, I know the rapture is different than like Revelation's end times, but there was locusts raining from the sky and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And there was like, and maybe I'm confused about the Bible. The Bible's not Catholic. All Christians use the same Bible, but different versions of the Bible. I don't know how it works. But at least as a Catholic, end times was way different. And I don't know. It's so funny too because some people are saying like, yo, CK is probably not dead and he's gonna come back alive and people are gonna think he's literally a second coming of Christ. So crazy. I fucking hope that's not what's happening. Ah, I know I can't really say that. Whispering it doesn't help, but so fucking annoying. The descent of is insane right now. Like, insane. And I know there's like a part of me that does do the doom scroll to like stay informed and keep up with current times and events for sure. That's how I find out what the POTUS says on a daily basis. I get that from threads mostly. Updates on out on the ground in other places from Instagram, you know what I mean? It's how I stay informed because the news is unreliable and all owned by the same media conglomerates. So you're not even really getting a difference of opinion, just a difference of delivery. So being on there, it's like, oh, the situation is even worse than I could have imagined. Wow, we are descending super fast. Holy shit, I should be scared, I should be worried, I should be preparing, you know. But at the end of the day, during the day, the beginning of the day, all day, I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy the fuck out of all of this just in case. We don't know what's gonna happen. If it can happen to them, it can happen to anyone. It is a privilege, especially a white privilege, to be able to still enjoy things and have a relatively normal life. You know what I mean? But if ever this goes away, I don't want to be regretful of consuming so much news that I'm scared to do or say or think or act at all. If that makes sense. Like, I'm gonna dance around and I'm gonna sing my songs and I'm gonna post my videos and I'm gonna stream and I'm gonna go to work at the cool crystal shop and, you know, only do things that align with me and live my life the best I can without being afraid every waking moment of the day. And many have made this point before me about like they want you to be living in fear because they want you to have codependence and reliance on them, and they want you to feed the machine, and they want you vulnerable, they want you oppressed, they, you know, it's what they want, and we can't give them that in a sense. But sometimes I'm like, oh shit, things are really bad and nobody's coming to save us. But then we look at places like, and it's like, oh, I'm so impressed, so proud, and almost jealous of you guys. That is crazy what they have accomplished over the last few weeks. And it's not just, it's quite a few places over there on the other side of the world. And again, impressed, proud, jealous. They're like, we're not going to take it. But the problem is, here is we are too big for that. We're too big of a country. I think people don't think about that when they complain that we don't take the same kind of action as places like or I think Indonesia went off. You know, even China does have probably more people than we do, right? That's what everyone's like. Do I still need to go to my meeting on Monday? Am I gonna miss my doctor's appointment Tuesday? Like, right, why are we waiting 3 days? Um, but yeah, China does have a higher population than we do, but their protests go crazy, you know? But we are such a big country that we're almost like too diverse in that way where people do not agree on what's going on. They don't agree about administration. They don't agree on their morals and values. They don't agree on their politics. They don't agree on anything. And so you're never going to see that kind of unified front in the American people because it's like, I don't know, people are like, oh, we're divided. Don't let them divide us. This isn't what that's about. Da 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 da. What are you talking about? Old guy stuck in the tar well in Waterworld? The fuck are you talking about? Elaborate, please, history buff. Um, People feel very differently about the things that go on. And you would think that there's enough things that we would. Oh, not a real life story that you're just making. It is a funny scene, I guess, but I was like, wait, is that real? um, there's definitely things that you would think we could all agree upon, but there's too many people, and too many people are getting paid to have opinions, and too many people are somewhat spineless, and it's hard. We will just, I don't think we'll ever be unified as a people in this country. I don't. And I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer when I say that. It's not that I want it that way, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, it is what it is. You can't fix stupid. Can't fix stupid. There's people who are rooting for the things that we're against, to say the least. And what can we do about it, you know? And the only way that we unify is on these fucking platforms owned by billionaires. And why are these people billionaires? It makes no sense. It's crazy. This one's Bozo. The other one's Zuckerberg. What are we doing? It's not like we can organize against them on it. They'll know. They already know every move that we're gonna make. So what moves can we really make? And I keep hearing rumors about TikTok and who owns it and who's buying it, but I can't actually find any sources saying it's true. So we'll see how that one plays out. And it's crazy because I thought that on TikTok you need 1,000 followers to go live, but I think you need 1,000 likes, or they changed the rule because they told me today that I can go live. Oh, for 14 days only. Get 180-day access. Complete the requirements before your 14-day access expires to get 180-day access. Live studio access not suspended or revoked during the 7-day period. But in order to go live on TikTok, you have to this is practice mode. This mode is only visible to you. You'll have 30 seconds or more to explore live features. When you see a countdown, you can choose to stay in this mode or go live immediately when it ends. So I can just go live because I'm pretty sure they require you to send them validation of who you are on TikTok live. And I know people who do make money off TikTok live. I do, but how much? Because I don't know if it's worth giving them my ID or my card information. And I've bought stuff on TikTok Shop, so they kind of already have my card information, so that wouldn't honestly be the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, it feels very invasive, especially if it ends up in the hands of, to say the least. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll do it. I guess it just depends. Because that was saying that I can go live right after practice mode. So maybe we'll try it. But yeah, much to think about. Much to think about. Okay, good night. Nice seeing you. Talking to you. Anybody in the mood for some tarot? Or y'all want to keep chatting away? What do you want to do? Down for whatever. I mean, I always come on here with the intention of doing tarot, but trying to stream for at least an hour. I'm pretty good about that. I'm pretty good about lasting at least an hour, sometimes more. But at the same time, I started late. I just got distracted. I was listening to Rubberbanned Girl. I was getting ideas for things, and I started late. I was like, I'm gonna start streaming at 10 o'clock. 9:45 rolls around. I'm like, damn, I am still doing things around the house. Okay, maybe 10:30. I'm on the fucking phone. Okay, maybe 11. I'm learning all the words in order of Rubberband Girl. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So we start at 11:30. Since then, see, I'm trying to resist. If I could learn to give my what I am, I'll be a rubber me. Great song. A classic, a favorite. So anyway, what do y'all want to do? It's so funny too because sometimes I think like, all right, I'm gonna be less political. I'm gonna stop posting political content. I'm gonna stop bothering people about this. I'm not gonna stop, and I can't. It's impossible not to be, you know. And we were just talking about how I have such privilege to be able to ignore it most of the day. So the least I could do is have a conversation, bring it up, talk about it. You know, it's not even doing much, but at least I don't completely have my head in the sand. I just also don't have a solution, and I don't have an organization, and I don't have a community in that sense. Yeah, so it's funny because I feel like I don't know that many like-minded individuals to me or to each other. But I think maybe it's meant to be that way in a way because you slowly change each other's minds or adapt to what is around you and meet in the middle in a way. Ugh, not to sound like a centrist. I'm very. There's not really much convincing of me to go any further. But you don't know who might be out there listening, who might be learning from what you say, you know. Anyway, it seems like all my chatters have left the chat. And we're back to lurkers. Welcome, lurkers. Always welcome. Lurkers always welcome. What up, though? What are we doing? Do you want to do something now? Do you want to keep chatting? I'm asking again because I don't really know what else to say. I used to be able to have a one-sided conversation for long periods of time, but 40 minutes is not bad, even though it wasn't exactly a one-sided conversation for the last 40 minutes, but yeah. And let my body catch up. Just gonna be quiet now. It's fine. I think that my hearing, it's a little cow. It's a little cow and a jug of milk. I had 2 of them, but I lost one. I can't. There. Yeah, cow and milk. Had another one with just cow, so I'm glad that I lost the just cow instead of the cow and milk. Still sad to lose it. But it's cute. Kind of matched my shirt, which was my grandpa's, which I love it. I haven't worn it in a while. Saw it today and was like, I'm gonna put that on. I feel like I'm doing a little bit of a kind of an androgynous look. I got my jewelry, my makeup, with my hair pulled back and the polo on. I feel like it is giving kind of masculine today. A little masculine today. So I have 2 decks. The 2 decks that I used on stream the last 2 nights are just sitting on my table. I'm like, I kind of want to use one of those. I think I will just be done after an hour. Hopefully we won't have to roll the ads again. So reading probably won't be 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm not in the mood to talk to myself. But thank you for being here. Definitely. I'm singing Kate Bush in my head still. Oh, and it's so funny. I wish Don was still here. Because I started this book today, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't even finish I think it's the prologue. This is so wild. It's gonna be wild. I didn't finish the prologue. I haven't been in the reading mood. I feel like I kind of take weekends off reading because I'm busy-ish enough, busy enough, all day of the week. Today I wasn't busy, but I was a little checked out. I had a few drinks last night. I wouldn't say I was like super hungover today, but checked out enough to like not be able to really focus on reading. And this is dense material. Like it's dense material for sure. But there was something in this book that I said, ooh, I want to talk about that on stream. But I do not remember what it was. And I literally set it on this table because I was like, yo, that will remind me. Oh, maybe it was Abraxas. I think it was the Abraxas thing. So in this prologue in this book and in the Gnostic religion, which is a type of Christianity, they regard Abraxas as a god. And the only time that I've ever heard of Abraxas is from the demon deck. And I just find it so interesting that he's regarded as a god and a demon, which is kind of proof that we can't, I'm trying to work on my speech, proof that we should be more open-minded when it comes to demons, because it is all about perspective. Like, he's regarded as a god, he's revered, he's worshipped. And someone was just one day like, he's a fucking demon, he's evil, he's in hell. It's like, okay, according to who? You know what I mean? So, pretty crazy, but I thought that was interesting. All right. We're gonna use this deck again. I might even bring it to work tomorrow. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna use my other decks, but yeah. Wow, okay. We're gonna leave it at that. And the siren's going off. Okay. Something's going on. Pardon me. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have Four of Cups. This does feel a little bit like a missed opportunity or you fumbling the bag. And it's funny because when I said that, this card, I knocked it with the deck and it slid across the table and onto my lap. We can think of this as a future card because it fell off the table, but that's not how it started. So because this is the Fool and it did that slide, I'm going to say that this journey that you are about to go on and starting now is going to continue into your future. So the present is like within 6 months, in the next 6 months. The future is anything after 6 months. Could be up to 5 years. I really am not much into reading beyond that. So this journey gonna continue for a while. We have the Page of Swords, and I think there is a certain amount of bravery that comes with the Page of Swords, but there's also a little bit of fear still instilled in him. He's young, he's unprepared, he's not integrated into that life just yet. And the thing is, we now see the Two of Cups in reverse. And so I do feel this Page of Swords, whether it's you or another person, is indeed afraid of love. And they might be willing to make it work or move forward, but they have reservations and they are, quite frankly, worried about it. They're scared. They don't know what to do, how to feel. They're struggling with the very concept of love. You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. They might feel inadequate. They might feel unprepared. They might feel insufficient funds, right? But we do have the Ace of Wands, so we're talking about a very emotionally mature person. Again, it's like it could be you or them. It just depends on if you relate. And side by side here, we have the Lovers in Judgment. So part of the insecurity with love is what other people think. And someone who's truly in love isn't gonna care what people think. Period. Someone who is forcing love is gonna care what people think because it's truly what they think. It's how they feel. It's what's going through their mind. And they are projecting it onto other people. You know? We have the Two of Wands, so there might be a domestic situation changing. The odd thing is you might move in with this person and they're not even very confident in the situation. So it's like, why are you moving forward? It's kind of weird. It's interesting. Um, it could also be that you decide to separate and move out. Like the change could go either way, I guess. Because you're realizing these things about this person or yourself, where it's like, there's too much fear in this love. This isn't the type of love I want. But we do have the Chariot, so it's going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be an easy ride. It's going to work out, and it's going to feel good. It's going to feel like you made the right decision. It's going to go smoothly. We have the Two of Swords. Get your peace of mind back, truly. You're not even at a standstill. You're at a total Zen moment. You know, it's a good thing. We have the Eight of Cups, so I think this is more about someone moving out than moving in. But at the same time, it could apply to living with someone. It's very much loneliness with the Eight of Cups. Very lonely energy, very isolated, even lazy, putting no effort in. But that's the thing, is you can feel alone even in someone's company. So again, if you're moving in, it's like, why? Kind of. We have the Seven of Swords, so this is definitely kind of on the lookout. Minor hostility. And Seven of Pentacles, so we got double sevens, for sure. And it's very much a clingy energy, clinging on to what you have. Definitely checking out your options and not moving forward with any of them. Almost like wanting to keep your options, not even keep them open, but keep them, you know. And we have the Devil. Let's kind of end it. The fucking devil, dude. The devil. That is an addictive personality. That is not a nice person. That might even be a narcissist. That's someone who's very possessive, someone who's very controlling. Like, damn. Okay. Yeah. So that was a really quick reading. It was only like 10 minutes. Maybe less. Actually, I think it was exactly 10 minutes. I think it was at 17:50 when I started. It's at 7 minutes now. We have the Page of Pentacles on its side. So you're definitely like hesitating, not really going for something, and again, not letting it go. Big energy of stagnation. Not moving forward, not looking back at the same time. The World, things do work out regardless of what happens. And Two of Cups, there is love in a situation to some extent. It might be that you grow to love this person, or this person grows to love you. It could be that it works out entirely differently and you find love outside of it, but it will work out in terms of love, which I think is great news. Sometimes we get single, we get unentertained, we get in bad relationships, we get hurt, and we tell ourselves, I'm going to be single forever, I'm never doing this again, I'm not interested in anything, I'm never going on dates, I refuse to meet people, blah, blah, blah. So regardless of the situation, there will be love. There will be love. Ten of Swords. It just means things might have to fall apart first, which is why I could totally see it being like something drastic bringing you together with this person or finding someone else entirely. But it's going to be a rough time before you get to the feeling of like true love or feeling very content in love. We have the Page of Swords again, kind of on that side. Still a little bit insecure, but not quite as bad. We have the Moon on its side, so not really looking at the bright side, not really working through anything. We have the Five of Wands on its side. So also kind of like, yeah, it's not the worst, it's not the best, it's not anything, you know? And King of Swords on the side. You kind of wish that you had someone that would fight for you and not with you. You know? I think that's kind of what everybody wants. But, yeah. You're just wondering, like, is this it? I don't know. It's not super clear. Maybe it's not for us to know. So, pretty good read, I would say. Got the Hierophant, so definitely wanting to stick to tradition, doing things in a way that kind of serves the old purpose. It could be like a person that's very traditional, and or you wanting to go down the same path as your family, your ancestors, your culture, whatever. But yeah, justice. You will receive justice in this situation, whether it's with or without this person. So that's cool. All right. Hi. Sorry if I missed your message any sooner. Thank you for the follow, because I don't think I know you. But it doesn't say first time chatter, so maybe you have been here before, but I do not recognize your name. Sorry about that. I'm probably going to wrap it up. I hope you caught some of the reading. I'm good. A little hungry, a little tired. I try not to eat late though, so I don't want to eat anything. So I have to have sleep for dinner. I ate a big dinner hours ago. I probably should have ate it a little later than I did, but I had a pickle for lunch. My meals have just been a little slacking today. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'm a little hungry, but it might encourage me to wake up earlier tomorrow. It's pretty late for me, and I was hoping that I would be more or less done at this time. But yeah, I think I have been streaming for I've been streaming for a little over an hour. I try to stream for at least an hour when I stream. I often stream longer than an hour, but I got a busy day tomorrow, so I am gonna go. I don't know when I'm streaming again. I might try to work in some daytime streaming, but I don't know how well that's going to work out, because anytime that I've tried daytime streaming, my people don't show up. It's not very heavy traffic. It doesn't, it's not that great. But we can try again, because that would be what would work for my schedule best. I love streaming. If you haven't been watching me, I've been streaming since like 2022, but I streamed every day for like 2 years. And then in the last 2 years, I slowed down a lot. So maybe I started streaming in 2021. That would actually make more sense. I started making Zodiac Tarot videos in 2020, and I think I started streaming in 2021. And then I streamed practically every day for 2 years. And then I took a break and never got back to streaming every day. Circumstances don't really allow me to. It's fine. I kept busy, I kept occupied, I was being very social. Whereas before, this was a big social outlet for me. So it didn't bother me, but then once I started doing it again, I was like, damn, I miss this. This is really fun. It's fulfilling in other ways. So I'd like to work it back into my schedule more often than I do now. usually have like random opportunities to stream, but they're far and few between. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to start streaming at least once a week. So I'll see you sometime this week. I have to roll the ads or end the stream, so I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time, whenever that may be.